If you don't already have a cold beverage and something to snack on, now might be the perfect time to do that. But don't take too long because the show is about to start and you do not want to miss one single second.
Oh, yeah! You know what time it is. That's right, it's time for the Eddie and Webby podcast! Yo, I'ma bust out some theme song action for you. Check it out. The Eddie and Webby show is the place to be. They're talking about beer and pickleball and technology. So if you didn't know, now you know. 'Cause it's time for the Eddie and Webby show.
On today's episode, Eddie and Webby play Ultimate Frisbee. This is the Eddie and Webby podcast.
No, I will not feed you after midnight. Get out of here. Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie.
And I'm Eddie, and this is our 26th podcast.
Oh, yeah, episode number 26. I cannot believe that we've reached episode 26 already, let alone our second live podcast, because we are live.
That's right. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. This is meant to be interactive. So if you guys want to watch us there, throw some comments in the chat. We'd love to interact with you guys when we can. But yeah, this is awesome. Pretty good. I can't believe it. Yeah, so we went live last time. We're live again this time. I mean, I thought by now the FCC would have shut us down for sure.
Yeah, I thought the FCC wouldn't let me be or let me be me, so let me see. They tried to shut us down on MTV, but it feels so empty without Eddie and Webby.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely, man. That was good. That was a good M&M.
Thanks.
We got a great episode for you guys today. We have a very, very special guest that we're going to be announcing very soon, which we're very excited about. We're going to be talking beer, tech, and pickleball. But before we do any of that, you guys know the drill. And I ask Webby to share what's going on in Twitter.
Ah, yes, the Twitter sphere. Let me go ahead and pull out my cellular telephone here, because that's where I like to check Twitter. And let's see what we got here. Here's a comment from Brittany's Beers at Eddie and Webby. You guys did such a great job with doing episode 25 live. It was by far my favorite episode yet, and I absolutely loved the interview with Mel from Brewbies Festival. Nice.
Yeah, that was good. That was a great episode. I really enjoyed that one as well.
Yeah, I love that episode a lot, and I agree that interview with Mel was awesome. Probably one of my favorites. I thought that was a good one. So thank you, Brittany, for the comment. Let's go to another one here. Here's one from Matt Loria Warrior at Eddie and Webby. What's the deal with Glenn not responding to the shots Matt Loria fired at him? I liked Glenn's episode, but he needs to man up and respond. Speaking of Matt, when does his podcast come out? Thank you for the message, Matt Loria Warrior. A couple great questions there.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the podcast goes, I'm just excited for it to come out, man. I can't wait to be watching that. So we'll have to see when that's ready to come out.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. As far as Glenn not responding, yeah, that's kind of disappointing to me. I mean, Glenn was an excellent co-host. Matt was an excellent co-host, but Matt did fire some shots, and I would have expected Glenn to have responded by now. In fact, we challenged him to respond to us by this episode. He didn't do it.
Nope, certainly didn't.
So, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of generous today, though. I say let's give him one more chance. We'll give him till our next episode. And if he doesn't respond by then Matt, hands down, is the winner of that feud.
I agree. I think that's a good plan.
All right, let's do one more message here on Twitter. Here's one from Rip Van Dinkle at Eddie and Webby. How dare you leave us hanging with the results of the Eddie versus Webby match? Just tell us who won.
Nope.
Well, thanks for the comment, but
yeah,
we can't do that.
Nope, not yet. We're not ready yet, but we promise you we have video coverage of it, and you guys will know who the winner is very soon. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, for those unaware, we do have part 1 and part 2 of our Dink for Pink adventure available. Later on, right now, watching live, you can't do it, but you might later on be able to click there and see those. But yeah, we have not revealed the results of our match yet, but stay tuned because sometime early next week, you'll find out who won that epic battle.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that was great comments on Twitter. Thank you guys for that. Leave us a tweet at Eddie and Webby. We'd love to hear feedback. You can also download the Anchor app, boop, 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 and you can leave us a message, and it's likely that we will play it on the air if it's good. If it's not good, then we're not going to do it. Nope. Well, I don't know about you, Webby, but I think it's time we bring on our guest. What do you say?
I think that's a great idea. But before I do that, I actually do have something I need to do. We talked about how once we get an earned medal that we would swap out our Beer City Open medal. And I am proud to say it's time for me to do that.
Nice.
And anybody who watches our channel may have seen a couple weeks ago, I came home with a gold medal, baby. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice, man. That's great.
Oh, thank you. I was in a round-robin 3.0 doubles tournament, and yeah, I was fortunate enough to be on my game that day and come home with this bad boy, so don't mind if I slide this around my neck real quick here.
Yep. Let's see. Can you do it around the headphones? Yeah,
I did.
It looks good. Yep. So that's 2 gold medals around your neck, right?
It is. How many gold medals do you have around your neck again?
I don't have any around my neck right now. I do have 1, but then I also have a silver medal. So yeah, I need to step up my game a little bit, it sounds like.
I think you do. I really think you do.
Yes, maybe I can become as good of a pickleball player as our next guest.
Ah, yes. And I am super excited about our next guest. He is somebody that is a very entertaining individual for those that know him and are familiar with him. He has only been playing pickleball for just under a year, and he's already a sponsored pickleball player. I mean, that's pretty darn impressive right there. Anybody that's part of the Pickleball Forum group on Facebook might know him as Jay Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gizmo Hall.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Out here on the West Coast right now, trying to soak up this heat. Really more like trying to stay cool, but you know, it's awesome, it's fun, man. We're out here for the 2018 US APA Nationals, and it's an awesome event, man.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. That's incredible. We have somebody reporting live from the 2018 Nationals. How awesome is that?
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's an honor, man. I appreciate you, you fellas setting this up, man. Been looking, like you said, been looking forward to it for a while now.
Yeah, we're happy to have you on, man. This is great. Super stoked about it. How are things going at the Nationals? I know you got there, last night? How's everything going so far?
So I flew in from Virginia to LAX yesterday. I got in about 11. Funny enough, picked up 3 other pickleballers. Got in the rental car and we drove through LA traffic for like 2.5, 3 hours. And we came straight to the courts. We didn't even check into the house. Like we were like, look, we need to go play. So we came straight to Indian Wells, and we probably got here about 4-ish, and we didn't leave until they shut the lights off on us last night at 9 p.m.
Nice, man.
So
nice.
Went back to the house, got refueled, repacked up for the day. Today I'm playing mixed doubles with a partner out of the Northwest, Washington, I believe, or Oregon. I always get those two confused. And then I'm actually playing men's doubles with the paddle geek, Brandon Swanson. So he's out of Minnesota.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he said it was like 30-something degrees when he boarded his plane, and he got off the plane, and it was like 90. He was just like, oh, different world.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure that
doing
must have
those
been
I
an
two
had
events.
adjustment.
mentioned that you are a sponsored player already. Who are you sponsored by?
Currently sponsored by Gamma, Gamma Paddles. I mean, got to get a Gamma. I mean, what else can you say? No, I love them to death, man. They're a good company out of Pittsburgh, and they've been awesome to me thus far. So really enjoy the relationship that we have, and I'm going to continue to grow it, and see what the future holds.
That's nice, man. So what paddle from Gamma do you play with?
I like the RZR. Before I was with Gamma, I was using the Engage Poach, and it's got a big wide face on it. Um, and the Razor is comparable in coverage as far as the size of the sweet spot and stuff like that. So and weight as well. So I really took a liking to it, and I've been playing with it ever since. I think since May I've been playing with the Razor.
Nice, man.
It's I like a midweight paddle. It's comes in at 7.6, so it's perfect for me.
Yeah.
Nice. I haven't used any
Yeah.
Gamma paddles myself, but I know a lot of people that swear by them, and I hear a lot of great things about that company.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't, like I said, I've only been playing a couple months, and I've only ever tried Engage paddles, so those are the only two that I've had any experience with, and I don't know. I mean, hands down, customer service, it's second to none with Gamma. So
Nice, man. So besides pickleball, I hear that you also are a volunteer fireman and paramedic. Is that right?
Well, I volunteered for 8 years. I've been paid for the last 3 or 4 years. I work for two different departments, but yeah, definitely, man. I love helping people. So, just being out there, riding the rigs on the streets, love it, love it.
That's cool, man. That's
You
awesome.
you never know what you're gonna get. Got to always think on the fly, and it's kind of like pickleball too. You may expect one thing to happen, you hit a ball a certain way, and then it doesn't come back like you thought it was.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that third shot is so good. Oh no,
Yeah.
definitely not good.
Right. No, definitely not what I was expecting.
No.
Yeah, I feel like you can work
And it's-
pickleball into pretty much anything in life. You can I don't know, just everything that happens in life, you can somehow relate it to pickleball, and that's a perfect example right there with what Gizmo just said.
Man, that's crazy you said that, because I've been telling a lot of people that I've learned a lot of life lessons in these last 11 months playing pickleball. And the biggest one that I can take away is everything matters. And when I say that, I'm talking about, on the pickleball court, every angle, every way, every shot. I mean, the serve matters, your return of serve, where your partner is. Are y'all playing on the line? Did you hit a bad shot? Now you both need to fall back and play defense. Like, all of that plays a factor in the end result. And I mean, really, the same thing goes with life. Everything matters.
Yeah. That's great, man.
Definitely,
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
So, Eddie,
For
I think you
sure.
have a picture handy. The first time that I ever encountered Gizmo in the pickleball forum on Facebook, there was a very entertaining picture that captured my interest immediately, and it was a picture of you at a stove frying up some pickleballs. And if you look at the screen, there it is right there. That's the first time I ever saw a post from you. And immediately I was like, I've got to meet this guy. We've got to have him on the show. This guy, just that one picture alone was enough for me to win me over.
Yeah, that's a funny picture there. That was
So
actually
what
just
do
in the
fried
kitchen.
pickleballs taste like?
Well, you know what? I actually like them hard boiled, and we were out of water, so I didn't get to taste them.
Oh
But
man,
I personally don't like eating pickleballs. I like serving pickleballs.
nice.
You know.
Yeah, that's funny.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
When Webby shared that with me, I'm like, oh man, we got to meet this guy. He seems like he's a character, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, as far as like the crazy clothes and the wild get ups, some people don't like it. They're like, oh, whatever, and I appreciate their opinions, but for the people who, I go to different states and they're just like, oh, I love your outfits and this, that, and the third. Like those are the people that I do it for, man. And I mean, I tell myself, look, you're either going to remember me for how I play on the court. I mean, I think I play decent, or you're going to remember me for how I look. But at the end of the day, you're going to remember me.
Right.
That's awesome.
See, that's exactly what I think the sport needs. The sport needs more youth. It needs more fun. It just needs more excitement, and that's what I hope. I hope people feel that us here on the Eddie and Webby show are bringing that. You absolutely are bringing that, and I love it. I personally love it. I think it's hilarious what you're doing. It's a lot of fun, and to me, that's what pickleball is all about. It's all about having fun. I mean, it's awesome to be competitive and do these tournaments, but in the end, it's just a really fun game that I hope everybody gets a chance to enjoy and have fun with.
Oh, for sure. And as far as like bringing youth to the sport, I mean, I think the last thing I heard was the average age of the sport is something like 68. But, the more that we get younger people involved and get people going into schools and teaching youth about it and stuff like that, man, I think we can definitely, keep that age dropping. But I mean, in reality, this is a sport that people from below 8 to over 80 can play, which is kind of one of the beauties of the sport, and they can play together, which is awesome,
Right. Yeah, there's not much else out there like that. I mean, don't you agree, Eddie?
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, I know that's one of the draws for me is that this sport can be whatever you want it to be. You can be in your 80s and you can play how 80-year-olds play it, and it's a lot of fun and it's great exercise and it keeps them moving. Or if you want to go and smash the ball, you can play it that way. The sport is whatever you put into it, and that's one of the biggest draws for me.
For sure.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before, but it's amazing. Like, you can have a great time with, like you said, an 8-year-old and an 80-year-old can both play, and it can still be a super fun experience, which you can't find that in many other sports out there.
No. Like one of the ladies in my bracket today, she said she's playing with a 14-year-old, I believe. Like, oh, wow. I mean, at national championships playing with a 14-year-old, that's just awesome.
Yeah, that's unheard of in pretty much any other sport out there.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, Eddie and I were both at the Dink for Pink event last weekend, and in one of the games that I played against a 14-year-old, and when the game first started, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it easy on this kid. He's just a youngster. He's probably just learning, and he was kind of kicking my ass at the beginning of the game. So I was like, okay, I got to step up my game here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a few that, when you get out there on the court and you're just like, all right, man, I feel bad, like smashing on an 11-year-old or 12-year-old. But I'm telling you right now, I'm just going to throw two names out there that, and if you ever play these two, you definitely better bring your A game. One is Anna Lee Waters. I'm not sure if you've maybe heard of her. She's 11 years old, and I believe when I was at the Atlanta Open, she played 19 plus 4-5 women's singles and won gold.
Wow.
At 11.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the other one is a 15-year-old, I believe, out of Georgia, Nikki Golowich. I mean, absolute monster, and it's great to get young faces like that involved in the sport, because other kids their age can, will see that and be like, hey, they're this good at this sport. Let me check it out. Let me pick up a paddle and go see what this is all about. Maybe if I put in, the time and effort, I can be as good as they are.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, and once people that age get into it, like, then that's the future of the sport right there. So if they can get into it and then get obsessed as we are, then this sport has a very bright future, and that's a great thing.
For sure. And like you said, man, that's why I love it. It's brings people from all walks of life. I mean, I don't care what color you are. I don't care what you do for a living. Nothing matters. You want to hit this wiffle ball back and forth with me? Let's play.
Right.
That's a great way to put it, man. But yeah, I totally agree with you. That's what I love about it.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah. I see that you actually have some hamburgers on your clothing there. We have a couple pictures too. of you. Here's you dressed in a full hamburger get up. And then we have another one, which is of you dressed, actually wearing that same shirt, holding a hamburger. So what's up with hamburgers, man? Talk to us about that.
So cheeseburgers for me it's kind of like an analogy for myself. I mean, I more than anybody love a good, I don't like the grease dripping off of it, but I mean, I love a good juicy ham cheeseburger, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And I tell myself that, you know, when you're out there playing and somebody may hit up a bad shot, or, you know, one that's a little bit higher than they wanted to, like, I call those things hamburgers, where you just jump all over it. I mean, I'm talking like Rafael Nadal, just like overhand power, and you just obliterate it. To me, those are cheeseburgers, and I gotta have them. I want them. I'm looking for them. If I see them, I'm on it.
Nice, man. Yeah,
Nice.
I could absolutely see, you know, how those apply to each other. So that's great.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a little mental note for myself to, hey, don't let them toss that BS up over your head. If you want it, you go get that. You wear it out.
Right, get that cheeseburger. I like
That's it.
Every time I hit that shot now, that put away, I'm gonna be thinking that, like, go for the cheeseburger, man.
Go for the cheeseburger. Yeah, man. And it's funny because, like, when I went to Pittsburgh, me and Scott Golden were playing a singles match, and we met these ladies. And every time I see them, whether I'm dressed in cheeseburgers or not, no matter what state I'm in, they're always like, cheeseburgers in paradise. And I'm just like, hey, my girls.
Oh, that's cool, man. Nice.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man. Like I said, I can't think of any bad thing to say about this sport. I mean, for me, I think it's kind of saved my life personally, you know. So, you know, you can get whatever you want out of this sport.
Absolutely. So let's learn a little bit more about you personally. Is it true that you have a background in hip hop music?
Y'all boys been digging, huh?
We do our homework.
Oh yeah, we have a crazy research team here on the Eddie and Webby show, so can't hide anything from us.
Oh man. Yeah, you know, back in the day, you know, many moons ago, pre-Pickleball, I may have been known to hit a mic or two, you know.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days we can do a little collaboration. I'm not sure if you've seen the Pickleball anthem, but I don't know. Maybe we could join forces someday and do the next big Pickleball hip-hop song.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who hasn't seen the Pickleball anthem song? I mean, why wouldn't you see it? You know, it's awesome.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking at Facebook now. We just got a message here. Lane, or I don't know if it's Lane or Laney, says that you're blushing right now.
Lainey is my wife. She's back at home. She couldn't make the trip for me, or with me rather this time. But she's awesome, man. She packs my bags, washes my clothes, make sure I get to the airport on time, go to the right airport. You know, she does it all. So
that's awesome.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Laney, for leaving a message. Thanks for watching. We always appreciate that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So is it true that you actually recently quit your day job to work on pickleball full time?
Yeah. So I don't know if I told you, but I'm a pickleball junkie, and I'm not currently seeking any treatment for it. I don't want help. Yes, I'm good. Yeah, I did. I actually was having issues as far as being able to take time off for tournaments and, a couple other work issues. And I was just like, you know what? Let me weigh my options here, you know. So I quit my job as a firefighter paramedic. Didn't totally throw it out the window because I'm still in the process of upgrading from a Virginia paramedic to a National Registry paramedic because I eventually want to go on to work in D.C., and they only accept National Registry certs. So I'm finishing this last semester at school. I'll be done in December and looking to apply into D.C. sometime January, February. But right now, it's given me the flexibility to travel as much as I can, as much as I want to, and not have to worry about, anything really but playing pickleball, which is really what I want to focus on. So like last weekend, I was in Myrtle Beach. This weekend, I'm in Palm Springs. I think I've been on the road 8 of the 9 last weekends. I've been at tournaments, mostly up and down the East Coast, but this is my first trek out west, but I will be back.
Nice, man. That's pretty.
Nice.
That's
So
pretty
that's-
impressive.
yeah.
to-
Very cool.
Yeah, quite
I'm
the leap to take, man.
Kind of living on faith right now. They say that when you love what you do, it's not considered a job. So I feel like if I keep following the path that I'm on now and networking with the right people and having good people back you. Shout out to Gamma that I can really make a go with this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's awesome.
man.
Well, best of luck to you on this endeavor. I hope it all works out for you. And it's pretty impressive what you've done already in just under a year of playing. So I feel like you can definitely go much farther.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just got my PPR certification while I was at the Texas Open in Dallas through Sarah. So now, I'm gonna start teaching and doing clinics and stuff like that on my way to tournaments or on my way home. So, definitely looking forward to getting my feet wet as far as that goes. I mean, because I just love teaching people the game, man. And there's so many intricacies that I feel like aren't honed in on or really driven home with a lot of instruction. So, just want to see what I can do.
Yeah.
All right. One thing I wanted to ask you about, I'm pretty sure I've seen you post about this and many others. It's something called ripsticks. For those that aren't aware of
Yes.
ripsticks, what is that?
So ripsticks is it's like they have a bunch of different ones. They got like an energy drink, like a pre-workout, a during workout, a recovery, and it comes in a little packet and you just drop it in your water, you shake it up. The one thing that really attracted me to ripsticks is it doesn't have a bad aftertaste like most kind of energy powder drinks, if you will. And I can appreciate that because even if I do drink a drink and I like it, if it's got a bad aftertaste, I'm not going to keep drinking it.
Right.
But I didn't get that with ripsticks. And the guy that I met, I actually call him Mr. Ripsticks, is Cliff Chu, and he's out of Georgia. Good guy. So good company. I love it. I love this stuff.
All right.
Nice.
I think they're gonna
Just to be
check it out.
clear, just in case, just in case anybody was wondering, Ripsticks is not a sponsor or anything. I was just genuinely curious. I've seen a lot of people post about it, and I'm just a curious fella that wanted to know what it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there are a couple pros that are using it. I believe like Kyle Yates is using it. I know he did a video about it. The Golden Boy is using it. And there's a couple other people mixed in that are using it. So I mean, they gotta like it, And maybe if I drink it, I can play like them.
Yeah, that's right.
There we go.
If I knew that I could be half the player of some of the people that you named by drinking it, I'm for sure going to go buy it right now. In fact, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well, I'm gonna say you
somebody like
can.
Kyle Yates.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say, I feel like somebody like Kyle Yates should come out with his own drink called Kyle Yateserade or something like that. I feel like that could sell.
Dude,
Maybe
it
not.
sold
Maybe not.
out day
Maybe that's a
one.
bad idea.
Yeah. So it would sell out immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately.
So you and Scott Golden, you guys are buddies, huh?
Yeah, Golden Boy. He's like my brother from another mother. I feel like I've seen him, I don't know, for the last month of Sundays. Saw him in Myrtle Beach last weekend. We were up in PA together like 2 weeks before that. We're here this weekend. So, yeah, we travel to pretty much the same tournaments. There's a couple in the Southeast that he gets to that I haven't gotten to yet, but I'll be making my way down that way because he's out in Alabama.
Yeah. Actually, we were watching the live stream a couple hours ago, and I believe he won. I don't know if that was the last game in his bracket or whatnot, but I saw him in the mixed doubles win a game, so that was cool.
Yeah, it was funny enough. They were actually on center court, court one. So when I looked at the score, they had won the first game. and we're up like 8-2 or something like that in the second game. So I can neither confirm nor deny, but if I was a betting man, I would say that they won that game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was on the live stream, which was pretty cool to see. So that was awesome.
Yeah. Shoot, I'd love to get on court one for at least one game.
Well, if you do, man, reach out to us because we will gladly. I'll be glued to my my monitor watching that game for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of the live feed,
yeah,
got the live feed going right here as we speak. Don't want to miss a moment of the action, so got it going on here. That shows how devoted we are. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nah, man. Indian Wells tennis garden, man. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say we got a message on Facebook from Bill Kyasel saying hello. So, Bill, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting.
Yeah. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Nice. So, have you ever played at a pickleball location where maybe there was a dress code and your apparel didn't necessarily fit that dress code?
Maybe one time. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. But whatever. That's their thing. That's their dress code. You got to respect it. I mean, I don't really, I don't come from a tennis background, so I don't understand the whole white thing as far as clothes. I mean, I guess they just think it looks sharp or whatever. I mean, that's their thing. You want to play there, you got to abide by it. So, but I did have to order all new clothes. Because I don't wear white clothes. I get them too dirty, and they never get white again, and then I just end up throwing it in the trash. So,
yeah, I remember you posting pictures, and there might have been some videos from when you were playing there, and I had to do a double take because I definitely did not recognize you with that getup.
No, nah. I don't know. I didn't feel good, and if you don't look good, you don't feel good. You don't play good. It's just the downward spiral after that. But no, we did all right, and that was actually on clay. So that was interesting playing on clay.
Yeah.
How was that? Like, how did that feel compared to like the normal outdoor surface?
You had to go get the ball. If you set up on a ball and wait for it to come, it wasn't gonna come. It was just gonna stop. It wasn't gonna bounce. So if you didn't go get it, it was gonna bounce twice and the point's over.
Oh wow, interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
We actually have one clay tennis court in my community here, and I've always been tempted to go and just kind of play pickleball on that tennis court, but I didn't know how it would play. But now I think I want to give it a try just to see how it is.
Yeah, no, it was awesome for sure. Like I said, different experience, but once you get used to it, I mean, it's like making a change from indoors to outdoors. I mean, they both play differently, but once you get it kind of dialed in, you can play your game.
Nice, man.
What would you say you prefer? Like, let's say somebody said, you know what, I'm going to build you your own private pickleball court. Would you like the clay surface or the other surface? What would you go with?
Give me an outdoor tennis court. Because most of the tournaments I play at, we play with the Duraball, and you don't play with those indoors, and we didn't play with that on clay either. So I would definitely say outdoor tennis court, and I'd love to see Gamma come out with an outdoor ball because I love their indoor ball so much. But for outdoors, kind of the industry standard is the Dura 40.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually what we play with here. But a lot of my neighbors love the Onyx, whichever one the outdoor ball is from Onyx, a little heavier. It's nice when you have high wind situations, but I prefer the Dura 40. That's my number one ball right now.
Yeah, the Dura 40 kind of takes a little bit more finesse. You kind of got to, because, I mean, it's light. It'll float on you. You really got to kind of have it dialed in. My main issue with the Onyx balls is the rate of that they crack. I mean, I think at the Powerade State games, I mean, we cracked so many balls. I mean, it was crazy. But the Durafast balls, they get out of round real quick. So it's kind of like, pick your poison. Which one do you want to, which one do you want to play with? It's kind of personal preference.
Yeah. I always like to play with the ones that tournaments are going to play with. So I like to prepare as much as possible using whatever ball. And since most tournaments that I play in are playing with the Dura 40, that's just usually my go-to. But I will agree with you, though, that they do lose shape very quick. And I don't know if it's worse in warm weather or cold weather, But I do feel like down here in Florida, you get a couple really hot days and you leave those balls out, and the next thing, man, they're warped and they fly weird, and you can actually see them like flopping around in the air. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've had them up here in Virginia. Like, we pull them out, brand new balls. First game, I mean, it's already out of round. It's ridiculous. But,
So one thing,
yeah,
I
man.
remember seeing something about you trying to get pickleball started at your old high school. Do you have any updates on how that progress is going, or if that's leading anywhere?
So I've sent the email to the PE person, and then I've sent out an email to the assistant principal, who used to be my history teacher. And kind of like every year since I graduated, I would always go back and, talk to the kids and just kind of chill with her for a little bit, kind of catch up. So waiting on her to email me back. I don't think it's going to be an issue. Just kind of waiting to get everything lined up, get all systems a go before we run it. And I mean, I'd love to just be in, do like a like one of their pep rallies or something like that. And I do not know where the bathrooms are. Sorry.
Live TV, you gotta love it. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So no, we're still trying to get everything lined up on that, but I'll definitely keep you all posted.
Nice. We actually have a question from one of our YouTube viewers here, Patty B. She says, 1 year, question mark? How did you get to this point in this short amount of time?
Great question.
For me, that's a great question. For me, I like to try to play the best competition that I can. I mean, the absolute best of the best. Because I like to push myself. Some people will kind of stay back, if you will, in their comfort zone. And I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if I go to a place and they're like, oh, this guy's good, I want to get in the game with that person, and I want to be on the opposite side, just because they're going to show me shots that I may not see on a regular basis, or, different angles, or just kind of expand, just like more tools in your toolbox. If if you've seen a certain shot before, to be able to expect it and prepare for it, and counter it. So I just, and practice. I mean, I play probably 4 or 5 days a week, 2 to 3 times a day. Wow. Did y'all hear the part that I said I'm addicted?
Yeah. For sure, yeah. Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah. So, no, definitely just, play as much as you can. Drilling is good. I mean, playing games is fun, don't get me wrong, but if you can really drill, because during a game, you're only going to be able to get, X amount of opportunities to execute a certain shot. But if you can, get a good partner and we'll say run through 20 balls at a time, working on the same shot, kind of getting that muscle memory down, you'll kind of normalize your stroke, and you'll know when the ball comes off your paddle if it's a good shot or not. So I won't say practice makes perfect, but practice makes it a little bit easier, for sure.
Nice. Well, that's good, man. Yeah.
So great question, though.
Yeah, definitely a great question. And for those that are just joining us, we are live with Gizmo Hall. And Gizmo, can you do us a favor and show us a shot of the awesome scenery around you again?
All right, are y'all sitting down? I mean,
Yeah,
because it's beautiful. So let's see. Try to get like not a lot of glare. I can't see it, so
Looks good.
can y'all see?
I like that, man.
Yeah.
That's beautiful in the background.
Yeah, live from the
who doesn't
national
wanna
championships here, man. That's beautiful. Look at that place.
Yeah,
Who
that would be
doesn't wanna play
amazing to be
pickleball?
playing pickleball. Yeah, with that kind of scenery, that would be amazing to be seeing that while playing.
Yeah, and I mean, there's like 44 courts here. I mean, they're all permanent, like semi-permanent courts. I mean, Indian Wells has done an awesome job at this event, and it goes to show for sure.
That's great, man.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of videos and pictures posted on different Facebook groups, and I am super jealous of the people that are experiencing that right now. That looks awesome, and I hope to one day to be able to experience that.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm gonna plug my phone in. walk over here and grab my charger.
Oh.
They had a nice player party here last night too. That was really awesome. It's hosted by Margaritaville. They had some good food and like a dance floor. They had a band here playing. Dude, I mean, it was just totally awesome experience all the way around the board.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's another thing. I saw somebody recording, or not recording, but showing a Facebook Live video from one of the parties last night. I love that about technology these days, and the fact that anybody on Facebook, they can go live and show what's going on. So it's pretty cool to see that kind of stuff. It's like it's pretty much the next best thing to being there. If you can't be there in person, just you can watch it in your living room, sitting there in your underwear if you want to, and it's
right
and you get
from
to
anywhere.
experience it. Yeah.
Living vicariously. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gizmo, I know you got a match coming up in about an hour here, so we don't want to take up a ton of your time, but we do want to give you the opportunity to let everybody know how they can follow you on social media, or what's the best way to be able to keep up with all your cheeseburger adventures there.
So funny enough, I actually just got some cards printed up, and I will show you that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Yeah, check that out.
So yeah, there's my cell phone number. I mean, no prank calls, please. No, I'm just joking. Because that's exactly what I would do.
Right.
So as far as like, I just got the website up and running, so you can check that out. It's gizmopickleball.com. My email is gizmopickleball@gmail.com. Facebook, Gizmo Pickleball. It'll come up. Instagram, Gizmo_Pickleball. Twitter, @Gizmo Pickleball. YouTube, Gizmo Pickleball. Yeah, you pretty much type Gizmo Pickleball in any search engine and you're gonna find me, which is what I wanted. So
nice.
You know.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, you know what? You just gave me
on...
an idea. I think we should do a giveaway, and I didn't even talk to Eddie about this. I came up with this on the spot. I think we should do a giveaway for a free Eddie and Webby T-shirt to the first person that contacts Gizmo in any of those areas that he said. But what you have to do is you have to send him a screenshot proving that you are a subscriber to the Eddie and Webby YouTube channel. First person that can do that, Gizmo will let us know, and you just won yourself an Eddie and Webby T-shirt.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah. No, I definitely appreciate you fellas having me on. Like you said, I'm probably gonna start getting stretched out and get warmed up, try to get a pickup game in or two. So that's another thing. Quick tip: before you play a match, try to it's good to hit out there and hit back and forth for a few times. But if you can get like a game in before you actually play to kind of get everything worked out, it helps a lot. So I'm gonna go get stretched out, find my partner, and try to do some last 5-minute tuning.
Nice, man. Well, thank you for
Very
that.
good tips there. Well,
yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us. Can't thank you enough. This was awesome. I'm glad it finally worked out for us to have you on the show here.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I appreciate the opportunity, and I'll keep you fellas updated with how the day goes and how the bracket goes. So hopefully I'll have some good updates here in a little bit.
Absolutely, man. And you're welcome on the show anytime. Don't be a stranger, all right?
Oh, don't tell me that shit. I'll come camp on your couch.
Let's do it.
And have like a slumber party. All right, let's go.
It sounds like
nice.
a
The first ever Eddie and Webby slumber party.
Yeah. Gotta bring cheeseburgers.
Oh yeah.
Cheeseburgers and beer.
I think we can arrange that. Perfect. Sounds like a great night.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a good evening, man, or good afternoon. Yeah.
All right, you too, man. Thanks.
All right.
See
ya.
Wow.
Oh, that was cool. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was super cool, man. What a awesome opportunity to have him on the show. All around good guy, great pickleball player, trying to do something good in this world by, risking it all to really pursue his passion of pickleball. Like, you got to have a lot of respect and admiration for someone like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a big, huge risk and leap of faith that he's taking. But so far, it seems like it's going real good for him. Super fun guy, super awesome, very cool. And yeah, I loved it. That was great having him on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. That was cool. Well, Well, good, man. Another great guest. Like, our guests are just,
Yeah.
I can't believe how many amazing guests we've had. And this is just another great example of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, every episode I get blown away. Today is no exception. Another awesome guest, and it's just I love it. I am loving it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, I don't know about you, Webby. I'm getting a little thirsty. What about you?
I'm very thirsty now that you mention it.
Okay. Well, guys, stick around with us. We have a ton of content to still get to. But before we do that, we're going to do our beer segment, but it's going to be a little bit different today than what you're probably used to. Really? Yeah, we're actually not going to be doing an official review today. Instead, what we thought we might do is play a little game between Webby and me. Would you like to know what the game is, Webby?
Why, yes, I would. I like games. Games can be fun. What's the game?
Well, Webby and I are very competitive with each other in a good, healthy way, I think. So this is another example of a way that we're going to compete. Each of us have picked a beer that we have reviewed previously on the podcast. And what we are trying to do is, by asking yes or no questions, guess the other person's beer in the least amount of questions.
Yes.
And the winner gets to drink a beer. So does the loser. But hey,
yeah,
we'll figure out another way.
There's no losers in this game, but it should be fun. But I still want to win. I always love to defeat Eddie at everything that we do. So I definitely want to defeat him at this game as well.
Yes. That sounds like fun. So again, the rules are the beer that we have that we're going to be drinking today, it has to be one that we have reviewed previously on a podcast. And then we ask each other yes or no questions to get to the answer. And if you guys have a good yes or no question, you can throw it in the chat on YouTube. You can throw it in on in Facebook there and help us out. So I don't know, who gets to go first here? How do we decide that?
Well, I would say probably, since I have this shiny new gold medal around my neck and it proves how much of a winner I can be, maybe I should go first.
So you go first, meaning you're going to try and guess my beer?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll keep count of the number of questions that you ask to get there. And what is your first question for me?
Is it bigger than a bread box? No, I'm just kidding. Isn't that like the usual first question in 21 questions or something?
Yeah, 20 questions.
So the first question is it a beer from Michigan?
Yes.
Ooh. All right. Now, do I keep asking, or are we alternating?
No, you keep asking.
Okay. So it's a Michigan beer. Is it an IPA of some sort?
No.
Ooh, okay. All righty then.
I should have gotten.
Do I get it if I guess the beer and I'm wrong? Am I eliminated then? Like, am I cut off then, or
no?
Okay.
That just counts as a question.
Gotcha. I'm just gonna go right out there and say the beer we most recently reviewed. Is it Founder's Breakfast Stout?
It is not.
That's
number three. You're at three questions.
I thought for sure that would be it. I thought you were just lazy and just drank the one we just recently had because it was still in your fridge.
That's funny.
Okay. Let's see. Is it a beer from New Holland Brewing?
It is not.
Okay. So it's either we had a few. We had Perrin, we had Bell's. Is it Bell's Two Hearted?
It is not.
God, hate this game.
You're at 5.
That's not good. We haven't even drank that many beers. It shouldn't be this hard. Okay. Is it oh man. Is it from Perrin Brewing?
It is not.
God. Is it from Founders Brewing?
It is not.
Oh my God.
7.
Who else did we drink beer from? From Michigan. I thought that was it. Okay, let me think. Oh boy. I think I already said. Oh, I didn't say. Is it from Bell's? Is it from Bell's?
It is not. Man, 8. You're at 8.
Holy crap, Bowley.
I know. If you would have just like gone through the list and read one by one, you probably would have had it by now.
I know. Did I already ask? Is it from Founders Brewing?
You did ask that.
Okay, so that doesn't count as a question, does it?
It does not count as a question.
Man, what else?
Let me give you a hint, right? Since you're at 8, let me give you a hint. It was one of the first beers that we ever reviewed. Not the very first beer, but one of the first beers.
Okay, because I already guessed, was it Bell's? Our very first one was Bell's Oberon, so that's not it. Man, I have a bad memory because I can't think of it back that far. I can remember the Bell's Oberon, but man, oh man. Jeez Louise. All right, how about we move on to you? Just keep track of what number I'm at, and then if you get up to where I'm at, then I'll continue with more questions. We'll,
so you
how about we alternate? If you get to 8, then we'll start alternating. How about that?
Right. That sounds good. So you got to 8. So I'm gonna start with: is it a dark beer?
No.
Oh, interesting. Is it from Michigan?
No.
Would you consider it to be a hoppy beer?
Well, it's a little bit. Not a. I mean, okay. The answer is kind of yes. A little bit. A little bit.
Okay.
Yes-ish.
Yes-ish. Okay. Is it a beer that you think we could get nationwide?
Yes.
Is it Lagunitas Pils?
It is.
So
let me ask you something. Were you looking? Do you have a list of all the beers that we drank in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. See, that you had an advantage there. Maybe if I would have thought ahead, but I was just trying to go off memory only. So if I would have had a list of beers, it would have been so much easier. But yes, that is the beer that I will be drinking throughout the rest of the show.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Yeah, so I did. I actually went and I typed out in the notes all of the beers that we reviewed. And so I figured like dark beer, that would cut it in half. Then hoppy, like it would narrow it down. Then Michigan. So I had it between, what was I going to say? I had it between Stone Ripper and Dale's Pale Ale. But then I thought, well, which one would he be least likely to drink? And I thought Lagunitas Pils because I know that you probably prefer Dale's Pale Ale and Stone Ripper more than Lagunitas Pils.
Yeah, I thought that you would not guess the this one because it was one that I didn't like as much as you and Cassie. Like I liked it, but I didn't give it as good of a review as you guys. So I thought maybe you wouldn't think that I would be drinking this beer because it's not one of my preferred ones. But I still like it. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoy it.
Okay. Well, I won. That's already been settled. There's no reason to even talk about.
How many questions? How many questions did you ask?
Well, I asked 4 and then I guessed it on the 5th. You were at 8.
Okay.
Why don't I give you one more hint and then see if you can't get it from there? It's from Saugatuck Brewing Company.
Ah, okay. I know immediately now it is the Neapolitan Stout.
Hey, there we go.
Totally forgot about that one. But yeah, if I would have had the list of beers, I would have gotten it on question 3. I can guarantee you that.
Okay, well, good to know. I'm going to go ahead and pour it because I'm thirsty and I do enjoy this beer. Patty B has been participating in the chat, asking some questions here. Sorry I didn't get to those before while I was asking them, Patty B, but very good question. She asked if it was an amber. She asked if it was a stout. So mine is a stout. This was from
questions. And if I remember correctly, wasn't Patty B the one that recommended that we drink this on the show?
She did. She actually said that she had it with her son. She left us an anchor message saying she had it with her son in Detroit one time. So, yeah, thank you,
nice.
Patty B, for that. Always participating. Love it.
Yeah. We love the participation, and I'm going to take a few sips because I, as well, am very thirsty.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, this beer's so good.
And this is tasting pretty good.
Very good.
Like I said before, I didn't give it a rave review, but I would drink this. I would drink this beer, and I am drinking this beer as we speak.
Yeah. This beer, this was episode number 2, so we did that back in like March or April?
Yeah, way back in the day, back in the early days of the podcast.
It's been refrigerated the whole time, but it definitely has aged a little bit, and it's very nice. It has kind of some like sherry oxidation flavors to it. Very nice. A lot of that strawberry's coming through though, like very, very heavy strawberry, which I enjoy in this beer.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'm super excited about is people that are in the state of Michigan probably know that Founders CBS just got released, the new version of it, and what you have to do is you have to buy a ticket. They're $50 to get a ticket, and then you get 2 of the big tall bottles of it. So a buddy of mine and myself, we split the cost. So I'm going to get a bottle. He's going to get a bottle. And I'm going to save that bottle until the next time Eddie and Webby are together in person to do a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to drink that on the show and do a review of Founders CBS on the podcast. I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be good, man. I'm excited for that. We should definitely be sipping our beers during the next section. But before we go to that section, I don't know that a lot of our viewers have actually seen the most recent music video that we put out, have they?
I don't think they have. I mean, there's been a decent amount of people, and the people that have seen it really enjoyed it. But a lot of people that I asked didn't realize that we released another music video.
Well, let's play that for a minute. We'll take a little break, and you guys can enjoy the mashup video, right? Is that what it's called?
It is called the Pickleball Music Mashup Volume 1.
Enjoy.
Little ditty about pickleball, an addicting game that's fun for all. I really want to be a pickleball star. Some say I can't, they say it's too hard. Oh yeah, pickleball. Of all the racket games, it's the most fun of all. Don't go chasing pickleballs. Don't hit to the opponent with shots that they're used to. I know that you're gonna chase that ball all over the place, but you're gonna run out of gas. I hit the ball, you hit it back again. This game is called pickleball. I hit the ball, you hit it back again. This game is called pickleball. I hit the ball, you hit it back again. This game is called pickleball. I hit the ball, you hit it back again. This game is called pickleball. Dinking the ball away, dinking the ball away. We make a big dink, we make a little dink, we make a good dink, we make a bad dink, we make a dink that reminds us of the good times, we make a dink that reminds us of the better times. Believe when I say that I want to win today, but we don't communicate. You call the ball way too late. Then you say that I got in your way. Pickleball, we better not mess up much. Pickleball, or they're going to rough us up. Pickleball, I never wanna hear you say the ball is out when it's in play. Pickleball is so much fun when you smash, 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 smash. Anytime that I score a point, it's a blast, blast, blast. blast, blast. Finding open pickleball is the best, 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 best. You know I won't be stopping soon, so keep playing. I can't stop obsessing about pickleball. I can't stop obsessing about pickleball. Come on! Wish I could serve a ball that nobody could ever return. I wish I always remembered to go to the line, but I never learned. I wish I had more skills and wouldn't make so many mistakes. I wish I didn't cause my partner to get smashed in the face. I was told when I play more, my failure rate would shrink, and I definitely got much better once I learned how to do the dink. You know I love performing a dink. When I play pickleball, I love performing a dink. Wish we could freeze the time so we could keep on playing, but they're kicking us out 'cause time's up and now I'm bummed out. Wish we could freeze the time so we could keep on playing, but they're kicking us out 'cause time's up and now I'm bummed out. 'Cause most likely, you're probably gonna beat me badly, But after all, I still love pickleball.
And we are back. I love that video.
That was a very fun one to make. I enjoyed it a lot. And if any of you out there like it, please let us know, because we've actually recorded enough to do multiple versions of that song. So if there's enough demand, we'll make some more music videos for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we even have some categories, like a hip-hop category, specifically hip-hop songs, right?
We do. In fact, that's a little spoiler of what Volume 2 just might be.
Ooh.
Might be. Might not be. But it probably will and most likely is.
But we don't know. It's likely to be that, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah, nothing is set in stone, but it's a 99.9% chance that it's going to be all hip-hop songs.
Yeah, 100% hip-hop. Yeah. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. Why don't we go to talk about tech, man? We're actually going to talk about tech today, aren't we?
Nice. I love the fact that we're going to talk tech. We don't talk tech nearly enough. I wish we talked tech more.
We should technically do more tech talks when we talk tech. Yep.
TED Talks Tech. TED Talks Tech real good. Remember that movie that had a line like that in it?
Nope. That never happened. That never happened in the existence of movies ever.
He didn't say tech. In the actual movie that I'm quoting, he was like, TED Talks Ty. TED Talks Ty real good. You don't remember that?
No, that never happened. Nope.
Pretty sure it was from the movie Meet the Parents. I think so. Anyways, if I could be, no, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure about that. But yeah, the tech segment is back.
Yes. What are we talking about today?
It's actually something very simple that I wanted to share with people, because I'm always getting asked about this.
Yeah.
And what it is, anytime I am out and about, especially playing pickleball, I love to record the matches that I play, and I love to record just showing good matches in general, the place, the different facilities that have pickleball. And sometimes I go to play pickleball and I don't plan on recording anything, but then I just get presented in an awesome environment where there's great players, and I just want to get some footage of the gameplay. And when I don't plan on recording it, I don't take my good video camera, but I always have my phone on me, just like most people always have their phone on them. And a lot of the recent cell phones take really good quality video footage. But sometimes the hard thing is, like, if you want to record video, sometimes you have to get creative with, like, you have to like lean your phone on something so that it's up at the right angle. But if it's down too low and angled up high, you just can't get a good shot. So it makes it tough just with this little cell phone where to place it. And if you have a tripod, you can't just easily connect a phone to any old tripod, because phones don't have the hole to screw into a tripod plate. So this great device that is out there, there's numerous types out there, and it's just this little tripod with nice bendable legs. and it's got the attachment up here to screw into. And you might be thinking, you just said you can't screw a phone into that thing, and that is correct. But
you can't
all
screw
you need,
you can't screw a phone into one of those threaded little bolts on the top. What are you talking? You can't do that.
nope, you sure can't do that. But they do have this device out there right here. This handy little device. It has the screw hole, so you can just screw it in like that into the screw hole. That sounds kind of weird and inappropriate, screw hole. But you just screw it into the hole, and it does this right here. It extends, and what that lets you do is then you can put your cell phone in there, slide it up, and it clamps it right in place. So there you go. Your phone is there in place, and you can set it up someplace.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's a really cool thing. And another cool thing about technology is I might be able to actually go live on my cell phone.
Oh,
don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it a try here.
While you're pulling that up, so what phone is it that you actually have right now?
This right here is a Samsung Galaxy S8. And actually, there's a good amount of videos on the Eddie and Webby channel that I've recorded just using this cell phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely feel like the quality from that camera is actually pretty exceptional.
But here it is. I just have my Samsung Galaxy S8 attached to this, and wait a second, what is this? We're live, folks.
Wow.
I am connected with my Samsung Galaxy S8 on the tripod here. And another good thing about this little tripod is you can unscrew it here to adjust the direction that the camera is placed. Sorry if you're getting motion sickness by watching this, but I can just put it in place, and then I tighten it nicely right here, and there we go.
Wow, that's pretty
impressive. I've got the
impressive.
main camera there. I've got my cell phone camera there. You can put this thing anywhere. And the thing with the bendable legs, I'll try to move this nice and gently, but with the bendable legs, you can wrap these around like a pole. You can wrap them around a fence. I mean, you can get creative and wrap it anywhere that you need to put it someplace. And I love it. I love this thing. And I would say at least 50% of the videos that I've done on the channel in the last 4 months have been with this exact setup.
Yeah, I actually used that tripod when I got some footage at the Dink for Pink that we're going to be talking about soon. It's a good little tripod.
Oh, nice. But if you check the description of the video below after the fact, once the live feed ends, we'll include a little link to this exact one that I have. Eddie has a little bit different one, but it's also a very good one. And I do recommend getting one of the better quality ones because I have purchased some of the cheaper ones, like the cheapest ones I could find, which were probably like around $10. And they're good while they work, but they break very easily. So I apologize if you heard some feedback there. I think I had my volume turned up when I shouldn't. I'm such an amateur here when it comes to this live video stuff.
You blew it.
But anyway, this is cool. I love this though. Like we got a multi-camera feed right here just using my phone. I mean, technology is amazing. I love technology.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, man. That's another great thing about using the software that we have. We actually use vMix. vMix hasn't sponsored this at all, but we use it. We love it. It allows us to have multiple guests on at a time. It's pretty seamless. You can integrate with mobile devices across, anywhere where you can access the internet. So it's a pretty good platform. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, and with Gizmo today, he was just using his cell phone. He was there at Nationals. We were worried we weren't going to be able to have him on today because we weren't sure what his schedule was looking like. Anybody that plays tournaments, you never know exactly when you're going to play. You might go in there expecting to play at a certain time, but then the games might get delayed before you to where you can't start on time, or maybe they'll end early and they want to get things moving along and want to get you started earlier. So you really don't know. So I'm really grateful that he was able to work with us and fit us in before his big match today. So that was awesome. Very much appreciative, but it's just so cool. He was just able to use his phone and connect with us just like that.
Yeah, and I feel like the internet connection was pretty solid. Very minor interruptions with that, so pretty impressive. It's great what you can do now with the internet, with Wi-Fi and high speed. Like, feels like we're in the same room together. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. Very cool indeed.
Yeah. We have a couple updates we wanna quickly talk about here. Webby, you want to talk about something cool to update us about?
Yeah, I actually just purchased something recently that I'm pretty excited about, and it's very cool. And I bought a couple really nice disc golf pins, so I can pin this on to whatever, like my disc golf bag or something. Hopefully you can see that, but that's a nice disc golf pin. But the one I'm really excited about is this other pin that I got. Try and hold it up so you can see it good.
Oh, nice.
That's our good friend Avery Jenkins.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, he's got his own pin.
He has his own pin. We had him on our show. He was a great guest, awesome guy, and he's got his own pin. This company made a pin of him. I mean, that's how you know you've made it in whatever it is you're doing. When you have a pin made of you, I mean, that's pretty great.
Yeah, that's pretty. Where can you get those from?
So these are from discgolfpins.com, and they're both very cool. I can't wait to put them on my disc golf bags because they're super nice looking, super heavy duty, very cool looking, and just very cool. I like a good pin. I'm a big fan of magnets and pins.
Nice. Magnets and pins.
But I feel like that gives us something to push for. I mean, we're always talking about like signs of how we can tell if we've made it or not. I feel like we need our own pins to know if we've made it or not.
That's true. When we have the Eddie and Webby pins, that's when we know for sure that we've made it.
Yes.
Good. That's awesome. Any other updates we want to talk about before we move on to pickleball? Because we have so much good stuff to talk about when it comes to pickleball.
Well, not really. No.
Okay.
Do you have anything?
No, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to.
I think we should just get right into pickleball. I'm excited to talk about pickleball. I've got so many updates for pickleball that it is insane.
Yes, I'm super excited to hear about what's going on in your world. So Webby has intentionally not given me the results of something that he participated in recently, so that way he can share the results live on the podcast with me and all the millions and millions of viewers and listeners out there right now.
Yes. So yeah, Eddie has no idea the outcome of this. Anybody that follows us on Instagram, you may have seen a picture that I posted yesterday. I was at the Heartland Fall Pickleball Classic, and I was competing in the men's doubles. And actually, it was what I thought was the 3.0 division. Turns out they ended up combining it, and it was 3.0/3.5. So I went into it very confident, and I signed up as needing a partner because I didn't have a partner set for it. And the place, they were able to find me a partner a couple weeks ago. I contacted him, we met up, and we were able to play together a couple times during rec play in Flat Rock at Flat Rock Community Center, and we jived together very well. We played together really good. We beat almost every game we played at the rec center. We defeated our opponents, so we're feeling really good going into it. But then when I got there and I saw that it was 3.0/3.5, I got a little nervous because that's, as Eddie and I have experienced in the past, 3.5 players are definitely better than 3.0 players.
Yes.
And our current rankings, we are both legit 3.0. We have not reached 3.5 status yet. I feel like we're getting close. We're just not there quite yet.
Yep.
So I got a little more nervous. I went into it a lot, like super confident, but got a little nervous. But I always go into tournaments just for the experience. So I tried to just talk myself into not being nervous, but that didn't help. That didn't work at all. I was super nervous going into this. I just can't help it. The nerves were kicking in. It was my partner's first time ever playing in a tournament. So he was super confident going into it, but I could tell like the nerves were starting to kick in with him too. But we had a chance to dink around. They had a net set up to where you could just dink around a little bit. and we got loosened up. We were feeling real good, and it was time for the action, and we got into it. Yeah, we got into it, and we played the first team, and immediately we could tell these guys were definitely 3.5, if not 4.0. I mean, I feel like they were better than 3.5 because they didn't make any mistakes. They demolished the ball towards us. Any mistake, like anytime we set up the ball, they completely destroyed it, hit it exactly where it needed to go. So we got beaten pretty badly in the first game. It was and just so everybody knows, it was a round robin tournament because there were only 4 teams in this tournament in the division. So what they do when there's only 4 or less is they do round robin style. So it was best 2 out of 3 to 11. The first team ended up beating us both games pretty easily. So we did not defeat the first team.
Was it reminiscent of like the game 1 at the Beer City Open that you and I played in, where we got beat pretty bad?
It was very reminiscent. Actually, I think we got beaten a little worse yesterday than you and I did. I feel like you and I put up a little bit better of a fight. Yeah. We struggled to click on that first match. We both made some pretty bad mistakes. So that match ended, and we were watching the other 2 teams play that we still needed to play, and it started making us feel a little bit better. Like they were good, but we feel like they weren't quite at the same level as the first team that played us.
Like more evenly matched towards your skill set.
We felt like it would be a little more even of a match. We feel like the first team that we played almost seemed like they could have been playing at the 4.0 division if they really wanted to. So we watched them play, and then it came time for game 2, and a couple of really nice guys. We started playing. They took an early lead, but then we started coming back, and it was a pretty even match back and forth, and really good games. We had some awesome rallies back and forth, and unfortunately we lost 2 games in a row to that team as well.
Man.
So yeah, it was not a good feeling. It was I was starting to have flashbacks of Beer City Open for sure, where we just didn't have any wins at all.
Yeah.
And now I didn't really watch too much of the other game that happened between the team that we were going to play next, because they were playing at the same time as we did. But I do know one thing we did catch is the final game was very, very close. Like it was neck and neck. They were playing the first team that we played that destroyed us. The first team that destroyed us, their game was super close. And the fact that they were so close, like I think the game ended like 13-11 or something like that. That's how close it was. So that was like that was a wake up call. Like this team is the real deal, because they were going point to point with the team that destroyed us in the first round. But we started playing, and we actually took an early lead, so we were feeling pretty good. But that was very short lived, and they took the lead back. They won the first game. We went to the second game, and they pretty much destroyed us. So we did not win one single game yesterday.
Oh man,
not one game.
Wow. So again, very reminiscent of Beer City Open. It seems to me like the gap between 3-0 and 3-5 is pretty significant. And I think that my experience at the Battle for Bardmore, in addition to what we experienced at the Beer City Open, and now your experience here, really shows that there's a pretty significant gap between 3-0 and 3-5.
Oh, there absolutely is. And I mean, this is proof right here. Like this gold medal that I have, this was a 3.0 round robin that I did. And I felt like I was definitely one of the better, if not the best player there. There were a lot of people there that were probably maybe weren't even a 3.0, but at least half of them were definitely 3.0 good players. But like it just, it seems like once somebody reaches that 3.5 status, it's a lot tougher to beat people that play in that level. And I was hoping that the tournament yesterday would go better and elevate me into the 3.5 status, because I feel like I'm right there. I'm teetering right at the edge, but it proved that I'm not quite ready for 3.5 yet. And I'm pretty sure, because this was a USAPA sanctioned event, it's probably going to bump me down quite a bit to where I'm going to be sticking with the 3.0 skill rating for a bit longer.
Well, I don't know that it's going to bump you down quite a bit, because after the Battle for Bardmore, where I lost every match I played in, similar to your experience here, I went into it at like a 3.46, I think, and it only dropped me down into the 3.3s. So it wasn't a significant hit, but
Okay.
we'll see. I mean, I don't know how it's all going to even out with the couple tournaments I have coming up. So I'm actually curious to see what yours is going to shake out to be whenever the scores get updated next week. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I am very interested to see how that turns out, but it was definitely a heartbreaker, especially since I went into it like knowing that there was only 4 teams. That means only one team was not going to come home with a medal. I just did not want to be that one team, but unfortunately, I was part of that one team. But
Yep.
I mean, it was still a super fun experience. I would absolutely play with that same partner again. We get along great. I thought we were a good team, but that just goes to show rec play compared to tournament play is totally different, because honestly, I feel like we could have easily beaten the same people in rec play any day of the week. And even if we would have played one more game against all these people, I feel like each game, I felt like we were just starting to get on the groove, just starting to get in our groove. We were learning their weaknesses, learning the best way to handle things, but it was happening too late to where we just couldn't quite catch up, because I feel like every single game they were beating us by 8 points, and then all of a sudden we would get like 3 or 4 points in a row and get in the groove, but then they would get the serve back and then they'd end the game. So definitely heartbreaking, but super fun experience. And my partner actually played again today in mixed doubles, so I need to reach out to him and see how that went for him. I'm excited to hear how that went. But I met some really nice people. The people we played against were awesome. Actually met a fan of ours, actually a couple fans of ours while we were there. That was pretty cool to see. People said they were familiar with our show and watch our channel. So that was very cool.
That's awesome. Sounds like it was a fun event. You know, what's great about pickleball is even when you get your ass kicked, it's still fun. It's like it's like the funnest time ever getting your ass kicked is what I would consider to be the pickleball tournaments I've been in.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the last team that we played, they destroyed us. And then our game was like one of the last of the day, but there was still some time left reserved at that place. So we played some games for fun after that. I mean, it's awesome. Like where else can you play? Like what other sport can you play? Yeah. Have like a really good competitive match against some people, and then you just shake hands afterwards and play for fun after that.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. That's awesome. Well, I wish I would have heard that, you had different results from it, but sounds like overall it was a good time. And I don't know about you, but the experience I had at the Beer City Open and the Battle for Bardmore, getting my butt kicked, although it was very humbling, was also good because it helped expose a lot of the areas that I need to work on. And I feel like the improvement that I had from getting my butt kicked at Beer City Open to Battle for Bardmore was significant. And I'm confident that between then and the next tournament, it will be the same. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I feel 100% the same. Beer City Open absolutely made me a better player. And the defeat from yesterday, I am very confident is going to make me a better player, because I know things I need to work on, things I need to do to improve. So I'm just going to focus on those things. And it's the only thing it's going to do is make me a better player.
That's right. Well, good. Well, that was fun to hear about that event. There was another event that Webby and I were part of that we've had a couple of videos about already on our channel. That was last weekend at the Dink for Pink, which, man, that was a fun event.
Super fun. Like by far the most fun pickleball event I've been part of so far.
Yes, absolutely. It was really cool. Before we jump into the Dink for Pink, I came into town, into Grand Rapids before the tournament, and I wanted to reach out to a couple of guests that we've had on the show before. I'm sure you guys remember Matt and Cassie. Cassie's been on a couple of times, and Matt was a guest host a few episodes back. And I actually got a chance to hang out with both of them face to face, which was pretty cool. I threw a couple Instagram posts when we were at a bar, but that was a really cool experience. I had never met Matt face to face before, and I had really only met Cassie face to face for, a couple rounds of pickleball. So to actually be able to kind of spend time, get to know them, get to know their friends, it was pretty cool. It was a great experience.
That's awesome. And like that's the funny thing about doing this podcast. We've had so many great guests, and I feel like I know them like from our time communicating with them before they're on the show, and then when they're on the show, like it feels like we've met in person, even though we haven't. So it's pretty cool when you can actually meet them in person.
Yes, absolutely. So then we had the Dink for Pink event. It was cool. Webby and I got to hang out a little bit before and after the event. What was the name of that place we went to in Grand Haven, that restaurant with the sandwiches?
The Toasted Pickle.
Yeah. Shout out to them, man. They're not sponsoring this or anything, but that place was great. Their food was very good.
Yeah, that was delicious. I've been craving it ever since then. Like, so yeah, if anybody is in the Grand Haven area, definitely check out the Toasted Pickle. They have delicious homemade lemonade, and then the sandwiches. Wow, the sandwiches are good. Just they're perfectly toasted. Man, it's a good variety. My sandwich was delicious. I tried my wife's and my daughter's, and man, they were good. I would love to have one right now. Yes. So good.
Very, very good. But getting back to the Dink for Pink event, it was at a place called Norton Pines. And it's funny, actually, I kept calling it Torrey Pines, which is the golf course out in California that a lot of PGA tournaments are played at. I don't know why I kept getting them confused, but this is another one of those. Eddie needs to correct what he says. I called it Torrey Pines a bunch of times, but it's Norton Pines is the name of the venue that we were at.
Yes, and it's funny that you say that because Dink for Pink Part 2 in our little web series just came out yesterday, actually. And if you pay close attention, there's a part where Eddie talks about how we're on the second level of Norton Pines, but you got to look real closely because he actually said Torrey Pines. I dubbed my voice in over his to make it say Norton Pines. So I feel like if you're just watching it for the first time, you might not catch it, but if you've already seen it, go back, watch it again. When he talks about being on the second level, it's a little Easter egg for you.
Yeah, it's funny because it's totally seamless. I didn't even notice it the first time I watched it, and then he pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, I can see that." But he does such a great job with editing; you could hardly even tell that it was there. So.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So the Dink for Pink, if you guys don't know, was a charity event where the proceeds from it go towards breast cancer research from the Van Andel Institute. It's not too late to donate money. This is a shameless plug that we're going to throw out there. There's a link below that you can click on, and you can actually go and you can donate money to that charity. And rest assured, I do a lot of research into charities before I donate, and I feel pretty good about where this money is going. So feel free to do your own research, but my opinion is your money will go to a good place if you do donate to this charity.
Yes, and that was the main reason that the whole event was happening, and it was a very cool event. Everybody that was part of it was awesome, and the event was super fun. It was the format of it. It was there were 9 teams, and we had 6 players per team, and the requirement was each team had to have a range of skill levels. So there had to be somebody at 3.0. So I was on one team, Eddie was on a different team as the 3.0 for the team, and then everywhere going from 3.5, 4.0, 4.5, 5.0, and so on. So every team had evenly matched skill levels going from 3.0 to 5.0. And wow, that was fun. It was super fun. We also, there were 2 matches per team. Even rounds were the same gender, odd rounds were mixed doubles. But we got to play with really good players. Like I'm talking 4.5 and 5.0 players. I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah. I mean, when is anybody at our skill level going to get the opportunity to play with and against 4.5 and 5.0 players? Like it just doesn't happen. Right. And man, when you get on there at the court with them, it's just, you can tell that they play the game so differently. I feel like even with the amount of time and effort I put into it, I'm a little frantic on the court sometimes. I'm running around. I'm always kind of just like doing these like crazy gets on the ball. And they walk up and it's all calm and confident. They know exactly where they're going to place the ball and they do it and they make very little mistakes. And they really expose every weakness of your game very quickly.
Yes, yes, very much so. But I've got to tell you, in a couple of the games where I was playing against 4.5 and 5.0 players, in every game I usually had at least one or two really good shots that they could not return. Man, that was a good feeling. That was such a good feeling.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Being able to smoke one past the 5.0 player, it's pretty cool. Even though they smoked like 10 past me and I got one past them, that one was worth
Right.
it. Was worth it. It was totally worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Doesn't matter that the game ended 15-5 or whatever the score was.
Right.
That one shot,
Yes.
that was the highlight of the whole thing, and I'm the MVP of the game because of it.
That's all that matters.
Right.
So Webby and I were on different teams. I was on Rich Karn's team and you were on Paul Richards' team, right?
Yes, that's right.
And do you remember how your team did overall?
I do. Are we going to give that result right now?
Let's go for it.
All right. So there were 9 teams, and my team came in 3rd place. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Didn't win, but 3rd place is pretty good. If they were giving out medals, our team got bronze.
That's cool. You guys got over 200 total points for your team, right? Or right around 200?
Something like that. I don't remember the exact total, but we did a pretty good job.
Okay. I know our team, we had 160 points, and I believe we came in 6th place. I don't remember exactly. Do you remember, Webby?
I do remember, and it was actually 7th place.
Oh.
Thank you very much. But
Okay, well.
I mean, not a big deal. But I got 3rd. My team got 3rd, and your team got 7th. But not a huge deal. Wasn't even paying attention really.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But, well, that's cool. We keep harping on it. It was such a fun event. People were wearing costumes. The team captain of my team, Rich Carnes, was dressed as a baby. Like he had on a diaper, and that's about it.
Yeah, and you, if you haven't seen part 2 of our Dink for Pink series, you need to check it out because you will see him in his baby costume, and it's quite the sight.
Yes, it is. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So they had some prizes and a raffle, so you could donate more money and get a bunch of tickets. And there were some prizes donated that were raffled off. And actually, both Webby and I won some prizes. Do you want to share what you won there, Webby?
Yeah, so I was I think my ticket was pulled number 5, so I had a pretty good selection of things to choose from. And what I ended up doing, there were a couple wrapped items to where you couldn't tell what it was. So I decided to take a chance and go with the item that was wrapped, so you didn't know what you were getting. I figured it had to be good. There was a green package and a pink package, and I felt the pink one would probably be great because this was the Dink for Pink event.
For pink, right? Yeah.
So the one wrapped in pink was obviously going to be something good, probably worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. So I opened it up, and there was a really nice pickleball towel. That was awesome. And then I also got some candy canes from last year. And that was it. That was all that was in there. And that was my prize.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. No, it was good. I actually ate one of the candy canes a couple days ago. That was really good. They're cherry candy canes. That's my favorite flavor of candy is cherry. So, yeah, I think I won pretty big.
Nice. Yeah, your ticket was pulled 5th, right? 5th or 6th, somewhere around there?
Somewhere around there, yep.
My ticket was pulled 2nd. And I really wanted to reach for the Eddie and Webby paddle that you can see right here. That was donated by Paddle Tech, but I already had one and I felt like it should go to someone else. So instead, I got, let me get it, this monstrosity of a pickleball bag that was donated from Paddle Tech. And let me tell you, this bag is absolutely incredible. I'm pretty much in love with it right now. It holds everything. I feel like I could get 10 more paddles, 3 times the amount of balls, and it has like a little cooler that you can put 6 packs of soda in there. Right here. See, a little cooler, right? I mean, just it's awesome. I love this bag, and I'm so grateful for winning it, man. That was so cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am super jealous that you ended up with that because I saw that. I thought to myself, if my name gets pulled, that's what I want right there. And this SOB here gets pulled before me, gets the thing. So, but that's cool though. No, I'm happy for you. That's an awesome prize. And yeah, I wish I had it.
Yeah, I just didn't know how to get it home. I actually had to get another checked bag on the flight back to put that in because I couldn't fit it in my carry-on. I couldn't fit it in my one checked bag, but it worked out okay. Yeah, it was fun. So, anything else you want to share about the event overall?
It was a great time. Like you said, there were people in costumes. Rich was dressed up as a baby. There were teams. Each team had a theme. So some teams were dressed like superheroes. My team had a Peter Pan theme. So the women on the team were Dinkerbell and the men were Peter Bang.
Mm-hmm.
There was an 80s rock star group. I mean, just everybody was in costumes of some sort. For the most part.
Yeah,
I forget, what were you dressed as?
Yeah. This is what I wore for it, but yeah.
That's a nice shirt though. I do dig that shirt.
Yeah, I like this shirt too. It's very nice.
A very limited edition, so there are only 8 people in the world that have one of those shirts.
Yeah, we actually raffled a few of these off, gave a couple of them away. So if you see people out there in this, you know that it came from the Dink for Pink and from nowhere else in the world.
Yep, that's right. But yeah, it was just such a great event. So much fun from beginning to end. The people we played with were awesome. The level of players that we were playing with and against was awesome. It was incredible. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, I hope we get invited back. That'd be fun.
There is one more thing that happened that day that we haven't talked about much yet, and that was the long-awaited, long-hyped Eddie versus Webby match.
Oh, yeah. You guys have heard us talk about it. You've seen videos about it, a little promo video about it. But we're not going to talk about it today. You guys are going to have to wait. There'll be a video soon, right? Right, Webby? Video very soon on that?
Very soon. Very, very soon. So just stay tuned sometime next week. Could be a couple days from now. Could be 3 or 4 days from now. Just keep tuned to the YouTube channel because it will come out soon. You will see who wins that match. It was a pretty brutal fight to the end. And yeah, we just can't talk about it right now though. Sorry. Yep. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Don't you ask ever again. But yeah, it was a fun match. I'm glad we got a chance to do it. I do want to say that the Grand Rapids and Western Michigan pickleball crew that we've kind of become close with, man, they are some of the absolute greatest people that I know. They're so welcoming and inclusive. At the same point, they also know how to have a great time. Honestly, I'm not just saying this. If you guys are watching, you guys made us feel like family. We felt so special coming to your event, and we're so grateful for the fact that we've had a chance to get to know you guys. And I look forward to coming back up to Grand Rapids for more events. I'm excited for when you guys come down to Naples. It's just, I don't know. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It was such a very welcoming experience that we've always had from you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Thank you so much for everything you've done, for all the support that you've given the Eddie and Webby YouTube channel. We can't thank you guys enough, and we look forward to having a lot more fun events with you guys in Grand Rapids.
Yes, for sure. Well, good conversations, man. Pickleball is just blowing up for us. We're going to have so many more good updates as we go through more of these podcasts and videos, so keep tuned to it. But I think we actually have a giveaway to get to, don't we?
Oh, yeah. I know there's hundreds, if not thousands of people out there waiting for this moment. They've been anxiously awaiting. This is the time where we do the drawing to see who wins our epic episode 25 prize pack giveaway.
Ooh, what was in that prize pack again, Webby?
Well, it's funny you ask. It was the Eddie and Webby moisture wicking t-shirt as well as an Eddie and Webby hoodie.
Wow, I can't believe we're giving both of those things away. That's amazing.
Yes, each one of those things by themselves is epic, but we're giving away both. And this is the moment you've all been waiting for.
Ooh, I'm doing a manual drum roll. I don't have an actual drum roll sound effect
Here we go, right here. You've seen this before. This is the official Eddie and Webby drawing hat.
Ooh, who's it gonna be?
Here we go. We got so many names. We had an overwhelming response.
Yes.
I still can't get over the fact that we can hold almost 1 million names in this hat, but somehow we managed to do it.
It's a magic hat.
All right. So there's nothing in the hand. Nothing in the hand. I'm going to reach into the hat, dig around here, and I have the winner in my hand right here.
Ooh.
This is the winner of the episode 25 prize pack, the Eddie and Webby moisture wicking t-shirt, the Eddie and Webby hoodie, and it goes to Mick McCool. Congratulations, Mick.
Wow. Nice. That's awesome, man. I know Mick's a big fan of the show, so that's really cool to see.
Yeah, I've seen numerous responses from Mick throughout the months that we've been doing this show. He is definitely a big fan, so I'm happy for Mick. I'm glad that he won. He definitely deserves it. And congratulations. Thanks for participating.
Yes. Actually, if you remember, the question was, what is the name of the upcoming tournament Eddie and Webby are both playing in next weekend, and what city is the tournament in? We actually have Mick's anchor message that he left. Let me find it here, and I'm going to go ahead and play it for you now.
Hey, this is Mick McCool, and the name of the tournament that Eddie and Webby are playing at is called Dink for Pink in Grand Haven, Michigan. Thanks, guys. Love the show.
Nice.
Yeah. We would have accepted Dink for Pink obviously was the name of it, but we would have also accepted Grand Haven, Michigan, or what was it? Norton
Shores, I think
Norton
it was.
Shores, yeah. So technically it was in Norton Shores, but also Grand Haven, one of those kind of
We've always referred to it as being in Grand Haven, so that was definitely acceptable as an answer. And then Norton Shores, if you were to search for the location on Google Maps, it says the city is Norton Shores, so that would have been acceptable as well. So anybody who said either of those were eligible for the drawing, but Mick was the lucky one who was drawn.
Yes, congrats again, Mick. That's awesome. Can't wait to see you out there in your shirt and hoodie. Well, what else do we have to talk about today?
Well, let's see here. I think this might be a good time to end the show, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree, man. We had so much content today. Such great stuff. What an absolute pleasure having Gizmo on. That was so cool. I still can't believe that he was on the show.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks again, Gizmo, for being here. Good luck at the Nationals. He's probably playing as we speak right now, so hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you'll do us proud and bring home the gold, silver, or bronze. If not, that's cool too. It's just awesome that you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. This is episode 26, so we want to thank all 26 of you guys that are out there still watching. As always, we love to hear feedback, whether it's good or bad, any products you want us to talk about, any beers you want us to taste, any feedback, let us know in the comments below. If you're on YouTube, you can also leave comments on Facebook now that we're on there. You can download the Anchor app and you can leave us a voice message that we will likely play on the air. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, both at Eddie and Webby. Oh my God, man. You can download the Pickleball Anthem on iTunes and many other digital platforms. And what else? Anything else? Any other way to get a hold of us right now? We have so many now.
So many ways to get a hold of us, but those are the main ones. You covered the main ones, so yeah.
Nice. Well, on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
So yeah.